Hello and welcome to this quick video overview of deep retail. This is one of the 9 trends we covered in our recent trend report on the future of retail. So download the PDF or watch the other videos to find out more. But first I'm going to talk about personalization, which is obviously a big part of the retail experience. Consumers want to get what they want to be treated like an individual, they want to use their creativity to create products and even services. And in simpler times, this was the cutting edge of personalisation, an algorithm that suggested things to buy based on your purchase history. But things have moved on here too. Now, food brand Knorr are offering personalised recipes based on a consumer's Instagram feed. Next, we'll see the maturing of a raft of new technologies that mean access to new and more powerful forms of personal data and new useful ways to use that data. So consider that the cost of sequencing an entire human genome has fallen to below $1,000. Facial recognition is how people use their iPhone. So in that context, it's really unsurprising that Walmart recently filed a patent for technology that will detect the emotional state of shoppers as they walk around a store. One more thing to say about personalization and the new technology in this space is yes, there are privacy concerns, but never discount consumers' ability to want 2 things at once. And in fact, consumers' expectations of data-driven personal relevance are accelerating. 54% of consumers expect to receive a personalised discount within 24 hours of making themselves known to a brand, and 71% express frustration at impersonal shopping experiences. So put all of that together and you get to deep retail. And that's the idea that consumers will increasingly expect retail brands to put new forms of data, whether that's emotional data, whether that's eye tracking, DNA or more, to work to provide personalization that helps them know consumers better than consumers know themselves. They will be able to tell people things about themselves that they didn't even know. So let's take a look at some brands that are forging new types of personalization. And I'm going to start with a really straightforward example here from Expedia and Palace Resorts, who partnered up to develop a video quiz to match site visitors to their ideal vacation property and location. The interesting thing is that the video used facial recognition technology to track eye movements between 2 parallel but different on-screen videos. Then it was determined which video the consumer had paid more attention to, and then that information was used to suggest the right type of vacation. A beach holiday versus a skiing trip, for example. Now, of course, this is a little gimmicky, but think about the expectations that this kind of gimmick can create. And also about how it can apply to the retail space. So in Brazil, Via Quatro have installed interactive platform doors on line 4 of the Sao Paulo subway. The doors feature a sensor that can detect the number of passengers in front of them, as well as detecting facial expressions to estimate a commuter's age, gender, and mood. Then, using this information, targeted personalised ads can be played. So that's using emotional data to deliver a personalised and more relevant experience. And technology is constantly pushing the limits of personalisation. Japanese retailer Start Today have partnered with Stretch Sense to create something called the Zozo suit, which is a garment that ensures apparel purchased online fits customers correctly. Zozo suit is embedded with over 150 sensors which can collect 15,000 body measurements. The garment then connects to a mobile app that shoppers can use to order custom fit clothing. And when you add VR to the mix, you get something like this. A VR headset that measures and tracks shoppers' emotions. So this was developed by California-based Lucid Lab. And the headset is equipped with 6 EEG sensors and 2 eye-tracking cameras, and it can measure the wearer's brain activity, their eye movement, and pupil dilation when watching VR content, virtual storefronts, for example. The device then uses AI to turn the data into useful insights for retailers and brands, again, helping the brand to know more about consumers than those consumers might know about themselves. And also interesting here to see how Lucid Labs are taking deep retail into experiences and not just products. So a lot of food for thought when it comes to deep retail. And first, I just want to acknowledge that sometimes this trend can be a bit Black Mirror. Take those subway doors, how do they handle rush hour, for example? How accurate is that emotion recognition technology? But at its heart, deep retail is simply about the next and inevitable evolution of the long personalization story. It's not about asking customers what they want or getting them to co-create with you, but discerning their deepest preferences via new forms of data. So, 3 questions. 1. What kind of deep data could you have access to across the entire customer journey? Online behaviors, emotional responses, attention, DNA? Second, how could you leverage that data to discern hidden, unarticulated, or even unconscious preferences amongst consumers? And finally, how will you tailor your services to the preferences you discover? And if you want to apply this trend, just don't forget the prime directive here. Be 100% transparent about the data you want to collect, how you plan to use it, and how you'll protect it. So that's all for deep retail. Good luck.